After the leagues agreed to merge in the summer of 1966, one of the details to be worked out were the details, the site, and so on for the championship game to be played between the two leagues. And we never knew what to call the game. My children each had a ball called a Super Ball, and my daughter was always talking about that ball. It was a highly concentrated rubber ball that you could bounce on concrete, and it would literally bounce over a house, very much like a golf ball would. And she was always talking about that Super Ball, and I think it was one of those spontaneous things. I just said, you know, the last game, the final game, the Super Bowl.
On January 15th, 1967, the Kansas City Chiefs and Green Bay Packers met in the very first AFL-NFL championship game.
Everybody in the Chiefs organization felt an awareness that we were representing the 6-year history of the American Football League. We weren't just representing Kansas City or the Chiefs, we were representing the whole AFL. And I'm sure on the other side, the Packers felt the same way too for the NFL. But that first game was very significant because it was the only time that a team from the pure AFL played against the pure NFL.
This was to be the only championship ever televised by 2 networks. Maybe that's why so many of Hollywood's most famous faces were out to see and be seen. Perhaps it's also why this was the only Super Bowl that did not sell out. Those who did attend saw the underdog Chiefs score twice in the first half to stay close to the favored Packers, 14-10. But Kansas City coach Hank Stram was still worried about pregame statements made by Chiefs cornerback Fred Williamson.
If we had any psychological advantage going against the Packers in Super Bowl I, we couldn't do any talking. We have to be quiet. And here's Fred expounding on what he was and was going to do to the Packers, and how he was going to level them.
The man known as the Hammer had boasted all week that he would come down on Green Bay receivers Carroll Dale and Boyd Dowler.
Stram quietly comes over to me and says, that kind of attitude we can't have here. You can't be that kind of braggadocio guy that you're going to alert the Packers that we're here. And I'm thinking, they know we're here. If I tell you that Boyd Dowler is not going to catch a pass, it's because I believe it. If I tell you Carroll Dale is going to be spending half the game on his behind, it's because I believe it. As a matter of fact, the first fake Boyd Dowler gave me, they carried him off the field after that. He caught one pass, was slanting over the middle, and I said, this is just what I'm looking for. There's a guy 6'7", 6'8", coming across on a slant end on the hammer. And I hit him with everything that I had, and they took him off the field because the shoulder was no longer normal. And now if they want to blame the loss of the game on me, they can blame it on this particular incident because of the fact that after that, Max McGee came in. And it takes him 1 hour and 25 minutes to run a 100-yard dash. He goes over on the other side of the field, and I look up, he's catching 2 slanting passes for 2 touchdowns.
As damaging as the McGee scores were, it was Willie Wood's third-quarter interception that devastated the Chiefs.
And it is intercepted with the left gun. That's Willie Wood who picks it off. He may go. He was laying back waiting for that one.
After Wood brought the ball deep into Kansas City territory, the legendary Packer sweep took center stage.
Kansas City 14 to Jim Taylor on a power sweep, cutting back at the 10. Taylor is in for the touchdown.
The rout was on, but the Packers still had some unfinished business left with the Hammer.
Well, I had set myself up because I was the Pied Piper. The Green Bay Packers are going to get the hammer. Donnie Anderson came around, and his knee hit me right on the smack right here in the forehead, and I went down. And I was a little woozy.
The hammer! You know who got hurt? The hammer. The hammer! Big nail the hammer. Hey, Slap, the hammer got it! Really?
I'm the clown of the football field now because I'm out. They got the hammer. They said, come on, get up. And I refused to get up. I'm embarrassed. They came and they dragged me off the field and dumped me on the sidelines. When they dumped me, I jumped up and I waved at my fans to let them know I was all right.
The Hammer was conscious enough to read the final score. Packers 35, Chiefs 10. An important victory for the NFL and Green Bay coach Vince Lombardi.